What's up, guys? I hope y'all are having a great day today, just full of so much positivity and happiness, dude, because I am literally dead on the inside.
It's the things we love most that destroy us.
Because today we are going to be talking about none other than Modern Warfare 3, and more specifically, the full release version of the multiplayer. Now, if you guys know me, you know that my favorite first-person shooter franchise of all time is the original Modern Warfare series, and I actually really have enjoyed the reboot Modern Warfare series from a multiplayer perspective. I mean, shit, dude. I've put almost 1,200 hours into Modern Warfare 2 2022 over the past year. Dude, I absolutely love the multiplayer in this reboot trilogy, or so I did until Modern Warfare 3 reared its ugly head. Now, I understand the opinions I'm going to have in this video are probably very controversial, and you know, I wish I could say that I was in the boat of people who were just having the time of their life enjoying this game, because I wish I was right there with you, man. I really do. When it comes to games, there is nothing I want to enjoy more than a good Modern Warfare multiplayer experience, and that is the polar opposite of what occurred when I played this game tonight, and I don't see it getting any better, because a lot of the complaints I have are only going to get worse the longer this game exists in its current form, and I don't think any remedy is going to fix that, and I think it's going to slowly devolve to be even worse than it is right now, and I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel at this point. I think this is a bust. This game overall, I think I'm just ready to label as a massive disappointment. I mean, personally for me, it's probably the biggest disappointment in quite some time video game wise, because I fully expected to love this game, especially considering that I have literally 1,200 hours in Modern Warfare 2 2022. So even the prospect of this game literally just being a $70 add-on to Modern Warfare 2 2022 was extremely appealing to me as is. So that is how much I was looking forward to this game, guys. Like, honestly, this is the one game I thought 100% with complete certainty I would be enjoying the absolute fuck out of, and that is just not the case. Now, again, a lot of these takes I'm sure are going to be very controversial, and we're going to kick this off with probably the most controversial of all, and probably my biggest complaint with this game in its current form, and that is the maps. Now, it's no secret that Modern Warfare 3 is recycling the maps from the original Modern Warfare 2, remastering them and bundling them up into this multiplayer, and as of right now, the only multiplayer maps available in Modern Warfare 3 are these remastered Modern Warfare 2 maps. Now, when it came to Modern Warfare 2, way back in the good old days of the 360 era, back when I was a youngin', I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. I really liked the guns. My favorite video game gun of all time comes out of that game, the ACR. It is one of the most satisfying video game guns you will ever shoot in your entire life. That shit was so buttery smooth and satisfying to kill people with. I don't think any gun has ever come close to feeling that good, other than maybe the R101C from Titanfall, but that's another topic entirely. When it came to Modern Warfare 2 2009, I always enjoyed that multiplayer despite its map design, not because of them. There's only really two maps I like in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, that being Scrapyard and Rust. Aside from that, I never really liked any of the Modern Warfare 2 maps. I always thought they were way too big. You had way too many of those moments where you're running around the map like a chicken with your head cut off, looking for someone to kill. You'll be running around with absolutely nothing happening around you for up to a minute in some cases, and then as you pass by a box, someone has been camped behind it the entire time and beams you, killing you, only for you to start the process of running around the map looking for someone to kill all over again. Rinse and repeat. With a lot of these maps, you are going to find yourself outside of combat for the vast majority of the time, and it is downright miserable at times. But I say that to say this, that's how great of an experience Modern Warfare 2 was from a gameplay mechanics standpoint back in 2009, that I absolutely loved the multiplayer of that game, despite the fact that I didn't really like any of the maps whatsoever. So I think that's very important to mention. I am not someone who has nostalgia for these maps. I have never liked them. I have never enjoyed them. And when I heard the prospect that these were going to be the only maps in the multiplayer, that was an immediate cause for concern, because unless there's a Rust 24/7 game mode, I really don't see myself wanting to play much of this multiplayer when every other map I'm wanting to skip because most of them are absolutely fucking terrible. I mean, dude, look at the fucking map options here. It's like choosing, do you want to lose your right or your left leg? Like, what type of fucking option is that shit, bro?
Bruh, bruh, bruh.
But that's what I found myself doing, is there's certain maps that I still have PTSD from as a child that I just refuse to play on. Wasteland being one, Subpens being another one, Derail being another one. I mean, I could keep going on and on. Favela, Invasion, Underpass, Karachi, Estate, the list goes on and on. I mean, the only maps I really like I mentioned, are Rust and Scrapyard. I also like Terminal, and also High Rise is pretty good. I forgot about that. And Afghan's not bad either. So that one, though, does kind of fall into the category of you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off and no real sense of direction. Now, like I just said right there, the majority of these maps I don't even like. So already right there, we're not off to a good start. But then we have to take the rose-tinted nostalgia glasses off and look at what Modern Warfare 2's biggest problem was back in the day. And that was campers, bro. A lot of these maps were literally tailor-made for people who wanted to sit in the same spot for the entire match, and it was definitely, you know, taken to the next level in the original Modern Warfare 2 with the perk one-man army and the noob tubes and everything that came with that. So luckily that's not an issue this time around, but you could argue that the perk system in the new Call of Duty games is just as broken, but you get the point. This Modern Warfare 2 problem has existed forever with these maps. They are extremely exploitable when it comes to sitting in one place and locking down an entire section of the map, essentially having a fucking shooting range for anyone that dares to move outside of cover. And that is very prominent already in this multiplayer. Like, I was genuinely surprised that I'm playing on launch day and there's already this many people exploiting like known camping spots, because on launch day of Call of Duty, typically everyone's running around, just running, gunning, having a good time, experimenting with the different weapons, you know, getting a feel for the maps, exploring. But nope, I encountered probably more campers tonight than I probably have in the entirety of Modern Warfare 2022. And I don't say that lightly. Obviously, it's a little bit of an exaggeration, you get it. But yeah, dude, it was insane. The amount of camping already taking place is astronomical. And it's made even worse with the gameplay element of the mounted kills, where you can mount your gun on a flat surface or piece of cover, and it essentially removes the recoil from your gun. So now, not only do you have these maps that are incredibly catered towards camping with tons of head glitching spots scattered across the map that literally allow you to lock down the map entirely, but now everyone is equipped with a literal fucking point and click kill ray that doesn't have any fucking recoil whatsoever because it's a mounted gun. And that only makes the problem even more frustrating, because now somebody with an SMG can beam you from 70 meters away before you can even aim down sight with your sniper rifle, battle rifle, or assault rifle. It does not feel good, and it makes the issues I had with the original Modern Warfare 2 maps even more pronounced. And just the fact that I'm seeing this many people camp on day one tells me that this problem is only going to keep getting worse, because the longer time progresses when it comes to a Call of Duty multiplayer, the sweatier it gets, and the more tryhards are left versus, you know, casual players who buy the game, play it for a few months, and then move on to the next game or go back to a different one or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, what I'm getting at is the longer this game is on the market, the worse these problems are going to get, because, you know, the sweaty kids love to maximize their KD, and the most effective way to do that on these MW2 maps from back in the day were to camp. Now, you don't have one-man army this time around, but you have plenty of tools at your disposal to make yourself a walking armory, so that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. So that is my issue with the maps. They're too big, first and foremost. I've never liked large maps in Call of Duty, and I think these old MW2 maps, I would say like over half of them are just way too big. And there's only one small map, and that is Rust, which is great. I love Rust. You know, you have some medium-sized maps like Terminal and Scrapyard, but I just feel like there's way too many large maps in this game, and you have way too many of those experiences where you're just running around desperately looking for someone, and then all of a sudden some guy from halfway across the map just fucking kills you, who's head glitching behind a piece of rubble or something. That is absolutely fucking infuriating, and I will never want to experience a multiplayer like that. And that's what I'm saying, man. Unless they add a Rust 24/7 game mode, I don't know if I can take that shit no more, man.
I've wanted it so fucking bad. I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. All I wanted to do was, like, I was fucking lonely. I wanted to just fucking stream and have a good time, man. Have a good game. I hate my life.
Now let's go ahead and talk about another controversial topic, guys, and that, of course, is the time to kill. And I'm just going to get straight to the point. I think the time to kill is way too high. I don't like high time to kill Call of Duties. I don't like having to put 10 to 12 rounds down range just to realistically get one kill, because it makes chaining kills almost impossible unless you're willing to equip an extended mag, which in this game, conveniently, the extended mags are literally one of the last attachments you unlock for pretty much every single gun in the game, and I don't think that was done by accident. Also, one of the mastery camo challenges is to get 3 kills without reloading, so they obviously knew that ammo consumption would be an issue with the game's time to kill the way it is right now. And personally, I like a lower time to kill because it allows me to get like 3 to 4 kills realistically with a normal sized magazine of ammunition, and if I have an extended mag, I'm going on like a 5-6 man rampage, just gunning motherfuckers down, popping kill streaks left and right, and having a great time. I don't like the flow of combat when I'm constantly having to stop and reload my gun after each individual kill, because I'm afraid if 2 guys pop around the next corner instead of 1, I'm gonna run out of ammunition halfway through the second one and just get killed by default because I don't have any ammo left in my magazine. Nothing to do with my actual skill while playing the game, and I think that is an issue, and it's one I encountered on High Rise. I mean, just go ahead and take a look at this clip. And even though it played to my benefit in that particular situation, I can't tell you how many times I've been on the other side of that situation. Like, that guy 100% deserved to get the kill on me, but he ran out of ammunition, whereas realistically, I should have probably already been dead by that point. So that's the thing I don't like. I think the time to kill completely fucking kills the flow of combat, because you have this insanely fast movement, but you're almost punished for taking advantage of it, because if you move too quickly, going from kill to kill to kill, you're going to run out of ammunition, and essentially you're not going to be able to get a kill simply because you didn't reload after each individual kill. And again, that's exacerbated by the fact that you literally get extended mags pretty much last for every single gun. So you have to slog through this process of get a kill, reload, get a kill, reload, get a kill, reload. Oh, there was 3 people, you're dead because you didn't have a big enough magazine. Like, the magazine literally cucks you in this game, and you feel it. You know you would be able to get the kills if you just had like 5 or 6 more shots, and it's just infuriating, bro, especially if you're grinding a gun. Once you get an extended mag on your gun, it's an entirely different experience, and the fact that those are unlocked last on pretty much every single weapon is just plain fucking annoying, because it's blatantly obvious extended mags are pretty much going to be a requirement in this game. But yeah, I think the time to kill needs to be knocked down a little bit, and I know this is one of those things that a lot of people like the higher time to kill, a lot of people like lower time to kills. It just depends depends on where you fall on that side of the coin, but traditionally for Infinity Ward games, the Modern Warfare franchise in particular, which I know this is a Sledgehammer game technically, but the Modern Warfare franchise has traditionally had a pretty fast time to kill, and Infinity Ward games in general have followed that trend as well. And it really is kind of very, very polarizing when you go from Modern Warfare 2 2022 to Modern Warfare 3 2023, and you're in a situation whereas in the previous game, you know for a fact you would have been able to clear out the room of like the 4 guys with zero fucking issue. But now, because of some arbitrary magazine restriction, because of this massive time to kill increase, you just literally can't. It becomes almost physically impossible. You literally can't miss a shot at that point, and that's just not very realistic in a Twitch shooter like Call of Duty. So I would love to see it lowered, or at the very least make extended mags something you unlock towards the beginning of weapon progression, because it really does make a night and day difference once you do get those extended mags. Now let's go ahead and talk about a positive here, since we're on the topic of weapons in general, and that is just the absolutely amazing selection of different weapons you have in this game. On top of having the entire catalog of weapons from Modern Warfare 2022, you also have over 30 new ones that were added into this game at launch, with many more already planned to be coming on the way. On top of that, they also did, I guess, leak or something that 4 guns from Advanced Warfare, 2 of which, if you played Advanced Warfare, you'll be very excited about. The BAL 27 and ASM-1 will be coming to Modern Warfare 3 at some point. So on top of this already amazing selection of weapons, there's going to be even more added over the course of this game's life cycle. So I think that's an absolutely fantastic aspect of this game. And another kind of interesting thing they did is, instead of having to get to like level 54 to unlock a certain weapon, you're able to set it as like a priority, and then instead of getting to that level, you can do 3 daily challenges in place of leveling up to that level. So it allows you to access higher end gear that you would traditionally have to spend, you know, tens of hours grinding for, and you can get it in a matter of like a day, which is great because, you know, it helps people play catch up. Because, you know, if there's one weapon that's particularly meta at the time that everybody's using, but it's one of the last guns you unlock, you know, new players are going to be at a massive disadvantage. Well, this kind of alleviates that, because they can set it as a priority, do their 3 daily challenges, and then they're done. They have the gun just like everybody else. So I do like that change. I think it was definitely a positive change, and overall, I think the selection of guns here is absolutely fantastic, and the new guns that they have added that I've tried thus far, I've really enjoyed. So overall, this is definitely an area that Sledgehammer did a very good job. But let's keep that positivity going and talk about something that I also really did like in this game as well. Now, the overall movement and flow of combat in this game feels absolutely incredible, and it shouldn't be surprising considering this is the studio that brought us the best advanced movement Call of Duty, that being Advanced Warfare, and I will fight to the death to defend the fact that this game is criminally underrated and people did not give it a fair shot, because Advanced Warfare definitely had a better movement system than Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, and I will literally defend that game until the ends of the earth. Dude, I loved Advanced Warfare, and even if you look at Vanguard, the movement within that game was very fluid, fast-paced. It gave players a new dimension of skill to develop, and that is a traversal skill, and I really like that, and you can definitely tell that that is present in Modern Warfare 3. Like, these old Call of Duty maps are all of a sudden brought in a very different perspective when you can now clamber, you know, run and sprint and jump further distances than ever before. You know, you have a lot more options at your disposal, and the way you can explore these old maps has definitely been improved dramatically, and overall, just the flow of combat feels really good. And again, if we just had a little bit lower time to kill, we would be in a perfect situation here. But overall, I think Sledgehammer did a fantastic job with the overall feel and flow of the gameplay here, and the movement system is definitely the thing that contributes the most to that, because you just feel free, man. You don't feel weighted down or clunky, or like you're stuck in a particular area. You have a lot of different options when it comes to traversal and moving throughout these different combat zones, which I really did like personally, so props to that. Now let's just talk about a few minor gameplay elements that I really just don't like in this game, and that is the fact that across the board it seems like objective game modes give a lot less XP. I noticed this primarily in Kill Confirmed, where, as in pretty much every other variation of Kill Confirmed, at least in recent memory, you get 100 points for every kill and then 75 points for confirming the kill. Well, now they have dropped that number to 80, which basically is a 20% reduction in the total amount of XP you're going to get from getting kills in Kill Confirmed, which I do not like. I noticed this in other game modes, and just overall the accolades seem to give a lot less XP this time around compared to other Call of Duty games, and I'm wondering if this was done to draw out the amount of time it's going to take for you to grind, especially once the new seasons come out in terms of prestiging and leveling up the battle pass. So this is something I wanted to touch on because I feel like this is one of those areas where it seems a little bit shady and it seems a little bit purposely grindy to make it so it's going to take you a lot longer to level up compared to other Call of Duty games, which personally I am not a fan of whatsoever. I don't understand why they thought this was a good idea other than to maybe push some people into buying tier skips when it comes to the battle pass because they didn't quite get enough XP in the overall season, which I'm wondering if that's why it's a 20% reduction, because that number just enough pushes a large percentile of people that otherwise would have finished the battle pass into the realm of not finishing it. So I don't know, it seems like something a little predatory going on, to be completely honest. Like, we don't live in a vacuum in today's day and age, and when you look at things like this where progression is being slowed essentially, it's usually done with malicious intent to extract money out of people. So I felt it was something worth mentioning that I did notice while playing the game. And on top of that, bro, I mean, the other thing that just is infuriating to me, and I don't really understand why this is still a fucking thing, but this horrible UI from Modern Warfare 2 is alive and well in Modern Warfare 3. It is the exact same UI. They just did a basic recoloring essentially with some minor graphical and font changes, and it has all the major slowdowns and bugs from Modern Warfare 2 with a lot of new ones added into the mix. Like, for example, I was trying to use my double XP tokens while grinding in the multiplayer. Well, what would happen is I would redeem the double XP token, and not only would the timer displaying that I used the double XP token not display in game, but once it ran out, I was not able to activate another one. So essentially, I had to close out of the game, reopen it, reboot up the multiplayer, then I was able to use a double XP token. Then in my head, I had to make sure I was keeping track of how long it's been since I last popped it, because you couldn't actually see the countdown timer, and then when it was time to use another one, I'd have to close out of the game completely, reopen it through Steam, and then use another token. It is just, small things like that are so fucking frustrating. And there was a lot of different occurrences like that. Also, when I did restart the game, my audio settings kept fucking up and the game kept getting progressively louder and louder each time, and I kept having to crank the volume lower and lower. And even though the volume itself within the settings didn't change, everybody in my stream chat was saying that the game was louder right then versus when I closed it out. So something is really broken on this, which doesn't surprise me because the Modern Warfare 2 UI is absolute fucking dog shit. So it doesn't surprise me that a reskin of that is just as shitty with its own set of new problems. But overall, I think this is, for everyone, a major disappointment, and really just reaffirms that this game is essentially the planned DLC of Modern Warfare 2 from year 1 and a little bit of year 2 rolled up into a so-called new game release, because the campaign was essentially a series of Warzone missions that were supposed to come out during the first year's season of Warzone in Modern Warfare 2, and then the original Modern Warfare 2 maps were originally supposed to release periodically throughout Modern Warfare 2's life cycle in that first year post-launch. But what happened is they decided, we're going to take all that content that was supposed to come in Modern Warfare 2, we're going to bundle that shit up, try and sell it as its own standalone game. And I think the better scenario honestly would have been them just literally making this a DLC for Modern Warfare 2, keeping all things equal and just adding on to Modern Warfare 2 versus making it its own standalone game. But I'm guessing they did some market research and found that people would not be as receptive to that compared to selling it as its own standalone game, and that is why we are in the situation that we are in right now, and why Modern Warfare 3 for me is is easily the biggest disappointment in video games I have had in quite some time. Oh, and one other thing real quick. Has anyone else noticed that the graphics kind of look a little off in this game? I don't know, like everything kind of looks pixelated and almost like, I don't know the word, what I'm trying to think. It looks granular almost. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Like, it almost looks granular. And no, it's not because I have my film grain settings on. I literally had the exact same visual settings as Modern Warfare 2 because it launched in the Call of Duty hub, which is where the settings were saved. So all my graphical settings carried over directly from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. And I don't know, man, just something looks off compared to Modern Warfare 2 in the graphics department. But maybe it's just me and my aging eyes. You guys will have to let me know. But yeah, just some of the effects and visuals in this game, you could almost see like the individual like pixels that make it up as you get close to them. I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to describe, but something graphically in this game just looks kind of off. Maybe it has to do with them up-resing these old maps and everything like that, and it caused some issues along the way. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, it could just be my perspective. Maybe you guys disagree. You'll have to let me know. I actually am pretty curious about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this shit up. So Modern Warfare 3 for me was the game that I was looking forward to the most this year, and after the beta, I guess I was kind of living in a state of denial in all honesty, because I was trying to convince myself that I actually did enjoy the beta when in reality, I didn't enjoy anything regarding the beta until they added the Rust 24/7 playlist, which even then, it still wasn't that great because the time to kill was really throwing me off and I wasn't having that great of a time. And before that, when it was just a bunch of random Modern Warfare 2 classic maps, I really was not having a good time whatsoever. I really don't like the maps in this game. I didn't like them originally when they came out in 2009, and I sure as shit don't like them today. I don't think they aged very well. I don't like these massive Call of Duty maps. I wish they would have actually remastered Modern Warfare 3's maps for Modern Warfare 3, because Modern Warfare 3 has a far superior lineup of multiplayer maps in comparison to Modern Warfare 2, but I'm sure that'll be a very hot topic of debate. But Modern Warfare 3 had a lot more medium to small maps than Modern Warfare 2 did, and I think it definitely fit the Call of Duty setting a lot better in that regard, because, you know, Call of Duty is not Battlefield. Call of Duty is a small-scale arcade shooter that really excels in that tight, close quarters combat versus medium to long-range combat, and Modern Warfare 2 maps just don't really encourage that, with a few exceptions here and there. But I just feel like a lot of these maps, and the overwhelming majority of them, I guess I should say, are way too big. I've never liked them, and I think that just kills the game for me, because I don't enjoy playing on pretty much 75% of these maps. So, you know, 3/4 of the time, I'm just going to have to keep backing out of games until I eventually matchmake into a lobby with a map I can actually stand and have a little bit of fun on. So, I don't know, man. The current state of Modern Warfare 3 is definitely a massive disappointment to me, and I never thought I'd be saying that, bro, because Modern Warfare up until this point has never failed me, but I think Modern Warfare 3 is officially the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare title in both the reboot and original series that has left me insanely disappointed and overall not really too excited to continue playing it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people out there that disagree with me. That is perfectly fine. I am glad that you're enjoying the game, but you know, if you enjoyed my perspective and you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I do want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video and for all the recent support as well. You guys are the fucking best, and I really do appreciate it. So with that shit said, I will catch you guys next time.